Hey everyone, it's been a while, and I like creating music. I'm no master of music, but I like to think of myself as pretty good at creating music. I've taken a handful of music classes, but not a lot by any means. Most of what I know about music composition comes from random online resources and just kind of winging it. I don't know how to play any single instrument. I learned trombone in band class, but I haven't practiced in years. I went to a percussion summer camp a while back, and there I learned basic snare drum skills and learned to hate tambourines. I don't remember why, but there's probably a good reason. I learned a handful of riffs and sections of songs on the keyboard, but that's about the extent of it. I've learned bits and pieces of a lot of instruments, but that's just it, bits and pieces. Naturally, I turned to digital music programs. You don't have to know how to play virtual instruments, and you don't have to know how to read sheet music if the music notation in question is just bars in a box. Different bars in a box. There are lots of digital music programs, but since I don't want to sink money into my music, I choose free ones. FL Studio is a major music program I've used in the past and still use today. There are paid versions with extra functionality, but the unlimited free trial version is a great program to use if you want to get serious with music creation or just have an extremely useful program. The free version doesn't let you reopen projects after you close them, but it's a small price to pay for paying no price. Its interface is complicated for people who aren't experienced with advanced programs, complicated enough to make me scared to press the wrong buttons, but that just means it has more useful features. Probably. Chrome Music Lab is a collection of music creation softwares made by Google themselves. They're mainly geared towards people who aren't very experienced with online music creation, but they're still handy tools. The breakout star among the bunch is the Music Creator, which is the most similar to other digital audio workplaces, or DAWs. It allows you to place colored bars on the lines, and also circles and triangles for percussion down below. You can change the instruments, length, tempo, and range. It's simple, but it works for simple projects. There are other things you can use on Chrome Music Lab, but Music Creator is the only one that really counts as a DAW. These are both great programs, but they're both lacking in some areas. FL Studio is useful and has lots of customization, but it lacks beginner friendliness and ease of use. Chrome Music Lab is easy to use and uncomplicated, but it lacks utility and customization. What if there were a compromise? An online DAW that's simple and easy to use while also being useful, customizable, and large? What if I told you there is an open source online music program that fits all of these criteria? That program, and our topic today, is BeepBox. And I like BeepBox. BeepBox, as previously mentioned, is an open-source online music program created by John Neske. It has multiple instrument channels, lots of instrument presets, functionally infinite possible instruments, and a whole lot of utility. Beyond the basic 4-channel, 16 measured to 150 BPM and simplified C major scale, it can be configured to have up to 15 instrument channels, which is 10 normal instruments and 5 percussion instruments, 128 measures between 30 and 300 BPM, and a multitude of scales and keys. It also supports different time signatures, different rhythms, and a full 8 octaves. Some of its more interesting features are that all of the song data is stored in the URL, and that all instruments are customizable. You can adjust the EQ, note filters, harmonics, panning, reverb, vibrato, and even distortion and bit crushing. The instrument presets are developer-created prefabs made of the 7 instrument types. You can modify an existing preset or make your own instrument. If you don't care for the customization, there are still tons of presets in many different categories. But does it sound good? Well, I can report one album and maybe 300 songs later? Probably. I guess it's up to personal preference, but as long as you use it well, it can sound just as good, if not better, than other more advanced programs. It has a distinctive sound if you've heard enough of it, but that doesn't really detract from the overall quality. If you want an example of this, look up the soundtrack to the game Murder Miners. Apparently that was popular a while back. They put one of the songs from it in Heaven Studio, so that's cool. Anyway, the Murder Miners OST was composed in BeepBox. Oh yeah, there's also mods. I don't really use mods that much, but boy are there a lot. Jumbox, Modbox, Pandora's Box, Ultrabox, even Mario Paintbox. All these mods change a variety of things, including instruments, UI, colors, and even complete overhauls. The modding community for this random open source DAW is insane. Ultrabox is widely considered the definitive BeepBox mod because it's mostly comprised of features from other mods. Its interface is a bit more daunting than vanilla beatboxes, but it's similar enough that it's able to maintain a lot of its beginner friendliness while adding in a ton of new features and options. I highly recommend BeepBox to new composers and seasoned producers alike. It's easy to pick up and very useful if you learn its ins and outs. Even if you don't know much about music theory or anything like that, it's not hard to make appealing music. If you are experienced in music creation, you can make some amazing things. The BeepBox Twitter account used to retweet people's beatbox songs that they post there. Since the auto-retweet functionality broke, they haven't been able to do that, but they still have an archive of all the songs they've retweeted in the past. I'll link it in the description if I remember. So yeah, that's BeepBox. It's by far my favorite music program out there. I think it deserves more attention than it already gets, which is a fair bit. Okay, I'm gonna say the line. I like BeepBox. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'd also like to thank you for your continued support of my stuff. If you don't know, I recently released an album, well, like last year, which I made a trailer for a while ago that has the link in the description. I would love it if you gave it a listen. If you don't like it, send me a letter via carrier pigeon asking for your $0 back. Also, if you like mashups, which chances are you do considering the bulk of my videos, I've been running 2 mashup tournaments called Collab Week Fantastics and His Own Tournament. Check those out if you're a fan of that stuff. If you're looking for other stuff I'm doing, check out my community page. I've got a post there detailing everywhere you can find me when I'm not on this channel. Bye now.